If you're struggling with back pain, sciatica, or leg pain at night, finding the right sleeping position can make a huge difference.
That's right. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane. Bob and I did an excellent video showing how to change your position. Less pain works very well. And also, Mike and I are going to show you our favorite positions that we use personally to keep us comfortable at night and sleep like a baby.
Well, let's go back in time. You want to do your fun sound effect?
Whoa!
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists and probably the most ugly physical therapists on the internet.
Oh, Bob. In our opinion, of course, in his opinion.
All right, today we're going to talk about best sleeping position for back pain, sciatica, leg pain. We've already done one on basically the kind of the waist up, more the neck.
The upper trunk.
And arm. So I'll link that at the end. If you can wait all the way till the end, I'll show the link to that.
Sure.
See how I did that, Brad?
Yeah, you're working on it, Bob.
Okay, today these are a lot of great tips, so you want to pay attention, and we got a lot of them. So let's start off with, first off, you want to make sure your back is lined up well when you're sleeping. You want to make sure you're not in a rounded out position like this. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure your mattress isn't saggy.
Right. If you got a big hole in it, it's a really soft mattress, and it's used, it's a number of years old. You know.
Right.
You probably know if you have it.
And so if you want to see if it's going to feel a lot better to get a firmer mattress or a new mattress, you might take your mattress and put it on the floor, because that would kind of give it a solid.
Right.
Or you can do what my wife and I did when we first were married and we didn't have money, is we took a piece of plywood and we put it between the box spring and the mattress, and that took the sag out of it.
But you did put the mattress back on.
We did put the mattress back on, and we didn't break the box. So, but that worked out really good, actually.
It's a family show, Bob.
Yeah, okay. All right, the next thing you may want to try is when you're sleeping on your back, one thing that some people have recommended, and Mulligan was one of them again, Brian Mulligan, is to actually take a sheet, because you want to keep, again, the back in the neutral position. You don't want it to round out like this. So for some people, especially if they're having back pain and in the throes of back pain, they want to try this.
Yep.
So you take a long sheet and you roll it up like this, and you start in the front like this. I don't want to get my microphone. And then you go around like this, and it actually doubled up in the back a little bit. Do you see that, Brad?
The whole idea is you want to make some cushion here to take up that space to support that low back so it doesn't go into that hole, if you will.
Right, keeps the arch.
Right.
And so you can pin this in place or tape it in place.
Right.
So let me show you here. When I'm laying on my back, it provides my back some support.
Right.
But beyond that even is when I lay on my side. If you especially have wide shoulders and wide hips, you know, the back is going to sag down like this.
When you get that sag, there's going to be a hollow spot there.
Right. If this isn't in place, this actually keeps the back aligned nice and straight while you're in this position.
Sure.
So
now, the thing about sheets is they're not very soft. If you actually, they make them and they work, I think, a lot better in a sheet. But you know, you can use
you can start with this, and if it works out well, then our camera woman.
Come on, Lonnie.
Lonnie, come on down to The Price is Right.
Yeah.
This is tied in place.
Yeah, this is actually, can you lift that arm up? This is a McKenzie lumbar, they call lumbar sleep roll.
Oh, sleep roll.
Sleep roll,
okay,
exactly.
Gotcha.
And we got it wrapped around. You tie it in the front like this. It does not need to be in the front like the sheet does, just on the sides and in the back. Why don't you lay down with it, Lonnie? And Lonnie has never tried one of these before, and she laid down with it just a little bit ago, and she immediately said, what did you say?
Good.
Good.
So then you can roll on your side, Lonnie. Yep. And the same thing, again, keeps your back nice and straight when she's on her side.
Right. It fills in that hollow spot to support that lumbar spine.
You can actually do that even if you sleep on your side all the time, and you could actually even just put a small pillow there.
Sure.
I mean, that would do the job,
something that's
too.
going to, you'll know, because if it's right size, it's going to feel good.
Thanks, Lonnie. She likes it so much she's going to wear it all day, she said. So she'll be the talk of the town. All right, and another thing that works out quite well, especially for people who are having kind of severe back pain, is to sleep on your back and to put a pillow underneath your legs.
Sure.
Or a wedge.
Yep.
So should you do the pillow first?
Sure.
So I'm sleeping on my back. I would have a pillow here too, but
We're going to give you the deluxe.
you might need it under my legs though. Oh, there we go, yeah.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
So a pillow underneath the legs, it takes off some of the hip flexors aren't pulling on the back now like they
Right.
were, and so you're not getting as much stress in your back. It would be better probably with two.
Depends on how thick your pillow is, how big your body is. Bob's a tall guy. He probably needs two.
I need two, and that actually does feel really good, Brad.
Right.
Really does take some of the stress off the back. But let's show the deluxe position here, Brad.
Right. And this is something I use a lot with patients, and most of them are very happy when you put one of these leg wedges.
I was really shocked about this, how good this feels.
Right.
It's like you said, even if you support the legs like this,
Yep.
this does not feel nearly as good as if he shoves that.
Right up against the
wedge,
buttocks.
yeah, up the buttocks.
It touches the hamstrings, and there's something about that helps relax
Oh,
and
it
support
does.
the pelvis.
This is very comfortable, back pain or no back pain. And this is going to stop you from sleeping on your side too.
Yeah,
to a large
exactly,
extent.
yeah.
So
I have one of these at home, and when I have a back problem, if I'm out working in the yard or doing some stuff that I shouldn't be doing, I got a backache, I use this, I put a cold pack under my bed, under my back, and then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
I wake up later and take the cold pack out, and sometimes I'll take this out, and sometimes I won't.
And if you want to try to simulate that at home without one of the wedges, you could lay on the floor, put your feet up on the couch. It wouldn't be quite the same, but it would still take some of the stress off the back.
Right.
And you could put your cold pack, or you could put a hot pack, I guess, on there too.
Sure, yeah, some people prefer that.
Cold packs, I think, are quite often better. When you're sleeping on your side, Brad, do you need that yet? Or?
Well, I was just going to say, if you want it there, it's called a leg wedge, and just Google leg wedge, and you'll see many pictures of them. You can buy them.
Yeah, we actually did a video on just that alone.
We did.
All right, when you're sleeping on your side, what you may want to do is actually use a pillow between the legs.
Sure.
This is what we call the stacked position. So my legs are stacked on top of each other, and the pillow, again, helps keep the spine aligned and stops the spine from rotating.
Sure.
So it works really well with that. If you're a person that likes to sleep with the leg a little bit forward, then you may want to actually use two pillows and get it up a little bit higher like that.
Then you got no pillow for your head, Bob.
I know, that's a problem.
You got to go buy some more pillows.
Yeah, you're going to need lots of pillows.
The other thing about this is it takes stress off the hip.
Yes, it does.
If you've got hip bursitis or hip arthritis, this can
Very good point, Brad. And what's nice about this, because on the upper extremity, we talked about giving the arm support like this. You actually can flip around like this, Brad. I mean, it's not that hard to do. You can switch positions.
And this way, like if my wife is mad at me and she's not sleeping in bed with me, then I got something to hold on to.
Oh, isn't that sweet? And I think there's a lot of nights like that. All right. We did all that. Oh, the one thing I was going to mention is, and I don't know why this is, but Brad confirmed this too. There's a lot of people that when they're having, in the throes of back pain and they're really having a lot of back pain, they sleep in a recliner.
Yeah.
I've had people that, and the thing we want to remind you, if you're sleeping in a recliner, I don't want you sleeping kind of in a humped position like this. Put a throw pillow or something behind your back so you're nice and straight, and then back like this to the recliner.
Right. Yeah, back it up as far as you can go. Have that lumbar support there. I just don't feel confident in saying sleep in your recliner, but there are people, they're going to sleep in the recliner.
And that's what I mean. There must be some merit to it, because I've had people a lot of people, and then they probably discover it because they aren't able to sleep, so they get up and watch TV, and then they find out they can sleep in the recliner.
Right.
I've had people even like years later that had to continue to sleep in the recliner because it brings on pain if they don't.
Yeah.
So there's not much you can do if that's the issue.
Yeah, I'm not going to advocate it though, unless that's what works, I guess.
All right. The final thing is we talked about, is it okay for you to sleep on your stomach? A lot of people think, oh, you can't sleep on your stomach. It puts your back in too much of a sway back. That's usually not the case. Quite often, if you've been sleeping on your stomach and you don't have back pain, I'd go ahead and keep doing it. Wouldn't you, Brad?
Yeah, we're always concerned about the neck because your head is twisted one way or another. So we oftentimes say, avoid sleeping on your stomach because of the neck, not so much the back.
Right.
Unless you got a big saggy bed and you're sleeping in a kind of a hole in reverse, maybe that would be undesirable. But
You might try sleeping with a pillow underneath your stomach.
Sure.
You know, I mean, if you're having a lot of back pain, sometimes it's weird the positions that help you.
Right, exactly. Sleeping on the floor. And I've had people with back pain sleep on the floor because it's a firm surface, gets that spine in line. And I had this one woman, she slept on the floor for over a month, and she felt better sleeping on the floor than in her bed.
Did she use a foam mattress or anything?
No, it was carpeted.
It was carpeted?
Yeah, it was carpeted floor.
I know. Mulligan recommended that too, to go ahead and sleep on the floor.
Mackenzie will work with that sometimes too. Whoa, and we're back. Nice job, Bob. He's staying back in time. Anyways, Mike, it is your turn to show your favorite sleeping positions. Go ahead.
So I just went from what we had in the previous video of my favorite sleeping position, and one I use frequently is the pillow between the knees because it helps keep me in a nice posture. I like to roll around at night, back, side, stomach. This normally keeps me in a side position. If the pillow is not there and I'm having back pain for some reason, which has happened a few times in my life, I end up rotating like this, and then I'm sleeping like this, and my spine is all twisted, and it does not feel good when I wake up. So having that pillow there just helps me prevent from ever, even if I roll a little bit, like you get stuck here, and it keeps my back more aligned and feeling good.
Right. Did you wear your shoes?
I do, yeah.
At night?
I wore this exact outfit and my microphone. There's cameras too. It's kind of weird.
Well, that makes it efficient in the morning. All right. Well, no. So yeah, that is nice. Now you're going to find out I have a little more involved because I don't know if it's because of my age or
old?
what. Yeah, I guess that may be something. But
how many pillows do you want here? 20?
yeah, get them all on the sleep wedge too. But actually, just last night, this is what I used. Sleeping on my side because my shoulders are a little more sensitive for whatever reason, maybe because I swim too much. I take a pillow right here in front of me and I'll go like this or like this, and I'll get my top arm comfortable. This arm I'll pull out. If I go like this and sleep right on the shoulder, it's uncomfortable. So there, and then can I have another? Where's another pillow? I can't reach it.
I'm glad you're talking about your shoulder, but this is a back pain video, Brad.
Well, it all works together. Believe me, because if I can't sleep comfortably, my back
I also
starts
hug
to
a pillow too, by the way.
If I put a pillow behind my back, it keeps me in a position. Otherwise, I start rolling around. Then I get that twist in my back, and that's uncomfortable. But like Mike as well, I will use the pillow between the knees, which is comfortable. And on my back, usually I'm very comfortable on my back. But there are some times if I do have a sore back because I did something silly out working in the lawn or something of that nature, I used to take pillows like this, like that. And if I had a really sore back, I would put a cold pack underneath my back to start. I wouldn't fall asleep with the cold pack on usually. Take that out, put it on the floor and fall asleep. And then later on in the night after I'm falling asleep and things are going good, I oftentimes will get this off because I'll go to my side and sleep. The other thing that works really well, I have one of these, and there just works better than pillows. And fall asleep like this, sometimes with the cold pack. I've been doing pretty good with that. I've been behaving well. And then again, if you're rolling around, it does get in the way. My back will be fine after I fall asleep and things settle down, and I can roll a little bit right to left.
Does
and of course,
poor wife have any pillows, or you just
well, sometimes I use her too. She just pull her up so I can.
She's a pillow?
Well, no, she's very comfortable anyways. Hope she doesn't see this episode, but anyways.
So those are your tips for sleeping with back pain. If you're still having back pain and would like to try some stretches or exercises, you can click the video link on the screen.
Good choice. Absolute best 10 stretches for perfect posture and back pain.
And if you have some tips we forgot, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah, help each other out. And it always is. You see some of these comments, people will give some additional information that can help us out to learn as well, right?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Okay, bye.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.